G'day Sawdust Makers, welcome to part 2 of my shop tour. In the previous video, part 1, I gave you a quick rundown of things and I said I would answer some of your questions in this video and do a few other things. So I've been going on and on and on and on in the other video about changing stuff and doing this and doing that, and I went on about how I overthink things. I'm actually going to give in to one thing that I've been pushing back on. I'm going to French cleat the crap out of this place. Vic from Down Under Woodwork said, shop organisation is an ongoing thing. Don't try and nail the perfect setup on your first try. No, he's absolutely right, and that's why I'm going to be moving to a Francois. And at least with something like French cleat, it allows me the chance to continually move things around on the same system. So French cleat's going to be the go. What I was saying about the dust extraction along here will continue. So you are going to see some pretty cool things happening in this shed. Like all the other shop tours, I'm going to quickly talk about tools. To my opinion, the Ryobi range is incredible value. There are lots of people who will badmouth Ryobi online, but for me, starting out, I bought a basic kit for a couple $100. The range is massive. I've got garden stuff that uses the batteries. I've got stuff in the house that uses the batteries. I've got camping stuff that uses the batteries. The warranty, I think, is 3 years on tools and 6 years on batteries. I might be wrong. Orbital sander died on me and I went straight to Bunnings and they swapped it. Bang. Easy as that. That's awesome. So there are some that would say that they're not worth it because they don't last as long. But if it dies in a couple of years and I can take it back to Bunnings and they give me another one, well, that's pretty good. Any woodworking YouTuber worth their salt has a sticker wall. And I mean, I've got crap all over these walls, but I don't have a dedicated sticker wall. I do have stickers and I do sticker swaps. And I reckon some of those people I've done swaps with might think I'm a little bit of a jerk, because they're probably thinking, where's he put my sticker? Why can't I see my sticker up there? Well, that's another part of me overthinking things. Originally, one of my big workshop plans was going to be my workbench going this way and a pole going up that would have dust extraction for the table saw and power and a whole bunch of other things. And I was going to have my stickers on that because, I thought it'd be nice and prominent. I won't be going down that road anymore. However, a sticker wall will be emerging. Ash from Woodwork and Whiskers, I think he's technically probably been waiting the longest, because I think I got his sticker in 2017. So yeah, few stickers to go up. If you want a sticker, want to swap a sticker, just message me like Facebook or Insta, or leave a comment. John Papadopoulos on YouTube commented about this Macca's sign, and we're not going to talk about that. He was there. I don't think he wants me to talk about it either. It's a funny story though. A lot of comments were just people going, mate, for crying out loud, will you hook up your dust extractor? What are you doing? The reason why it hasn't been installed on that side of the shed, I wanted to build the lean-to to store wood, and I always had in my mind that the dust extractor would go out there to save room in the shed and to save on noise and dust. So, I can't set it up until the lean-to's done. Can't do that until the lean-to's done. It'll be up for Christmas, I promise. And that is the catalyst for everything else that is happening in this shed. Posting a lot about that on Instagram and Facebook. I'm going to be far more active on those channels than I have been over the last couple of years. Mark from Dana Design, the pallet punter himself, he wonders how much crap I'm going to be able to chuck away to actually make some space. There's a big part of crap. I've been chipping away at it. I'm getting there. This is very exciting. I told you there'd be a competition. The bearded pineapple tape measure. She's a beauty, and I've got 3 to give away. My table saw, which is obviously Ryobi, doesn't have the best reputation, but it's been a good saw. I don't use it a lot. When I have used it, it's done the job that it's needed to. Funny thing about this is I won this. One of the very first things that Oz Sawdust Makers did when I launched on Instagram was enter a Ryobi competition called Broke to Bespoke, which was taking something and upcycling it. And I shared every part of that journey on Insta, and I got second prize. Which was just wonderful, and I was allowed to pick $800 worth of tools. Getting the table saw and the bench sander was a huge boost at the start of my woodworking journey. What is the bearded pineapple tape measure? Well, I'm glad you asked. It's a tape measure. Tell us a little bit more. You're trying to sell it here, mate. All right, come on. For starters, it's the bearded pineapple, and it has a pineapple with a beard and some rockin' sunnies. Your fat max, your Lufkin ain't gonna do that, mate. Ash from Woodworking Whiskers 2 on Instagram asked me, when's the pink beard gonna come back? He said it was super impressive. Well, you might have noticed that I grew this in 2020, but I also had some fun dyeing it. I have little girls. They wanted to have a go, so you know, I had pink in there. There's even, I think there's little remnants of pink. There was other times I had blue in there. I had some stripes of pink and purple, and there's videos of projects I've done this year that I haven't uploaded yet, and my beard's all kinds of colours, so that will be happening. And the beard's going to stay, but I think I'm going to keep it. Beats shaving every day. Belt clip, but you also got a carabiner, which I find far more useful. But this is the goodie, right? It's see-through. That's pretty cool. But look at that. There's a few things to notice there. Nothing but metric. Ooh, metric. My bandsaw, it's a Chinese job. It's a baby. It's a ripper. It's big enough for what I need it for. Obviously, yes, but I'd love a bigger one that could do all these great things. But this does the job. It was a little bit over $100. I had the Aldi version, and I flogged the guts out of that thing for 2 or 3 years. I mean, I gave that a real thrashing, and it kept going. The Aldi one is a good one. This is basically the Aldi one, but just in red. I upgraded to a second-hand bigger one. Ended up being pretty crap. You know, I'm all for cheap tools, especially if you don't know how often you're going to use it. I think it's worth buying second-hand or buying cheap to start off with. Then you realise I need to spend more money and buy a better one because I use it all the time, or, you know, it doesn't do this. Or you'll find that you don't use it that often and you don't edit it at all. I gave you a sneak peek in part 1 of the shop tour. There are a number of videos that I still haven't completed. So there's this project, and yes, it's another stick. There's this project, which my wife really wants me to finish. When I started the project and started filming, I called it this. G'day Sawdust Makers, this is by far the most ambitious project I have ever undertaken. Plus there'll be more nesting boxes, whole bunch of other things. Dirk actually asked me if the channel ongoing is going to be more projects or actually workshop builds. There's going to be heaps more projects next year, and I'm going to be updating this entire place. You're going to see a lot of content from me, so I apologise if that's something that you don't really want. Metric! The black tape, you've got big white numbers. You can see that in all conditions. If you're going half blind, a bit like my old man, or if, you know, you've had a few tins, you're still going to be able to read your measurements. One thing I really like about this is the way it goes on the back. So when you're measuring up and down, 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 you know those times when we're measuring like that? You got your measurements like that, and your measurements like that. Does it end there? No, there's more. No, it doesn't end there. What are you talking about? Well, look, there's one more cool thing. Oh, I actually really like this. You know how to lock a tape? Well, it's got this handy little doodad right here. Now, I don't know about you, but the way I hold a tape, you've got your finger there anyway. So it's just a light press, it's locked in. unbelievable. This is Nobel Prize type stuff. Anyway, you want one? Yeah, but mate, how do they win? Well, how do they win? How do you win? Get to the point. The thicknesser. Again, it's a Ryobi. This is an old one. I borrowed it many years ago and told him I'd have it for a couple of weeks. Yeah. I would never have spent the money on one of these. I think these retail at the moment for about $6.80-ish. And starting out, that's a lot of money. Now, I don't think I could live without it. I call this my time machine because you put something old through it and out the back comes something brand new. I've given this thing a flogging. The blades are cheap. It's kept going. I can justify the spend on one of these now because I know how much I use it and I know how much more I'd use a better one. My tip is if you're new and you're using reclaimed wood, try and get your hands on the thicknesser. Save your money. Yeah, look secondhand, or once a year. Aldi have them, and they're only a couple $100. I would definitely go down that path. Just shut up. So how do you win? It's only open to Australian residents. Only Australian residents? You're racist. Second of all, it's no good. You have to enter through Facebook. What? What if they don't have Facebook? Will you shut up? The grown-ups are talking. Some people don't like Facebook. Quit it. Some people don't have Facebook. It's a stupid idea. You're an idiot. Aussie Makers group. Wood, metal, anything. It's a great group. People are respectful. We've had giveaways and there's some really awesome people. How do you enter? You join that group. Link is below. You don't have to be Australian to join the group. I want you to post using that hashtag and I want you to show me your tape measure. The 3 dirtiest, oldest, rattiest tape measures will win one. If you got a tape and it's beaten up and it's seen better days, show us. We want to see those tape measures that have absolutely been around the block. The 3 roughest beaten up tape measures, they got one of these bad boys. Now, the competition ends on this date, so you only have a few weeks. My miter saw, love it. It's the Makita, whatchamacallit, it's the exact model. I always wanted that Bosch with the cool little sliding knuckle, because obviously I'm tight on space, but I've seen the Makita version that has the slide arm across here and it's got a very small footprint, and that's what I want to get. I'm hoping I can get that new Makita if my wife loves me, please, because I've got an idea on how I can make that shroud and a nice little enclosed dust collection system when I do everything else. So if I don't have that saw, I'll still be able to use this in its place, in this position. Yeah, I mean, it's a bloody good saw. Suj, DIY Builds, asks, what's in the fridge? Beer or sawdust? Mate, answer's pretty obvious. Well, I mean, the answer's beer, but geez, I didn't realise I was running so low. I need to go to the shops. The Craig, the K5. I think what I like most about the Craig is that it makes me look better than what I actually am. Thanks for watching part 2 of my shop tour and learning a little bit more about me and what I do and what I get up to and what I want to do. So thanks for watching. Be sure to enter the Bearded Pineapple tape measure competition and good luck.